All right, guys, Aventon has leveled it up again, literally with the Aventon Level 3. You're not gonna wanna miss this review because they have added some killer features that we've been asking for bike manufacturers to add for so long. Let's get into it. So well over a year ago, I got the chance to review the Level 2. Well, Aventon just came out with the Level 3, and I definitely think they stepped it up a level. Let's just jump right into the motor system on this bike. It's a 500 watt nominal power rear hub motor that has over 800 watts at peak power. Now this does come with a 36 volt battery. That's a 20 amp hour battery. They actually put a massive battery in this that has over 700 watt hours. They're estimating about a 70-mile maximum range. Now, what's really cool about this bike is that it's technically shipped as a Class 2 e-bike, but Aventon has a really killer app that they've been refining over the years, and this bike can actually go all the way up to a Class 3 e-bike, possibly making this one of the best commuters on the market. In my opinion, commuting bikes should go up to 28 miles an hour. They should all be Class 3 bikes. And the reason for that is you're trying to keep up with traffic. It's safer to go closer to the speed of traffic than it is to go way under the speed of traffic. Now, full disclosure, you do have to click an agreement whenever you go into the app to be able to actually do that. Now, a real quick plug. Guys, if you want to buy any Aventon bike, I would appreciate it if you used my links down below. It really helps out my channel and it's no additional cost to you. All right, back to the bike. Now, one thing you'll probably notice right away whenever you get one of these Aventon Level 3s is the fact that it doesn't have any keys. That's something brand new with Aventon and something that I really appreciate. The battery is electronically locked into the actual bike and you release it by going through the menu system. Now, the biggest feature that's come out on pretty much all of the latest models that Aventon has come out with is their ACU technology. That stands for Aventon Control Unit, and it's a little module that sits right down here at the bottom of the chainstays. What this is it's a small computer system that has a 4G chip in it. That will allow you to communicate with your bike remotely. So you can actually lock and check on the location of your bike anytime, anywhere. And inside this system, it's actually got an anti-theft system built in. And to me, this is something that I've been asking for on e-bikes for a very long time. Most of the time, you can put a nice bike lock on it, but let's be honest, thieves know exactly how to break through that. But with the Aventon technology built into it, they've actually got a lock built on this back wheel back here. And as you can see, this will actually prevent the back wheel from actually spinning. So even if a bike thief breaks the lock that you've got this locked up with, they can't ride away with it. It's locked and that back wheel won't spin. For me, I hope that we see this on more of the Aventon bikes down the road because this is an awesome technology that I personally have wanted for a long time. Not only that, it does have a built-in alarm system, so if your bike does get moved or it goes outside of the geofence area that you set up, you'll get notified on your phone directly. So you can know exactly where your bike is and if it's been moved. And if somebody steals your bike, you could simply call the authorities and say, I know exactly where it is because I'm tracking it on the Aventon app. Now, as with any good commuter bike, you're gonna need a rear rack. And this particular rack can hold up to 59 pounds, and it has mounts for some pannier bags. And the other thing that you'll need on a commuter bike are fenders. And Aventon put on these nice full fenders that are metal. These are gonna be really durable, and they're gonna keep you completely dry out on your ride. And the other thing that I expect on any good commuter bike are some nice hybrid style tires. These are gonna be Kenda tires, and these specific ones are gonna be the Quick 7.5 Sport tires. They're 2.2 inches wide, and they have a really nice city street tread pattern, along with a reflective sidewall. This is something that I pretty much come to expect on any high quality commuter bike. Now, a couple of unique things that kind of surprised me on this bike. One is they included a suspension seat post. This is something that I haven't seen on an Aventon bike before, but this has a nice short travel suspension seat post to smooth out the ride, and it's got this nice wide Aventon seat. Now, to add to the comfort level that they added with the suspension seat post, they also added an adjustable stem so you can raise or lower it, all depending on your rider needs. The other thing that really surprised me on this bike, and I really wasn't expecting at all, are Magura brakes. Magura brakes are known in the mountain biking industry to be high quality and high powered brakes. These are 2-piston hydraulic brakes with 180 mil rotors on the front and the back. But the only thing that makes me a little bit hesitant on these brakes are the levers. The levers are made of a plastic material. I haven't seen a plastic material lever on any adult bike. Now, when it comes to the drivetrain on this does have a Shimano Altus setup, which is 8 speeds with a trigger and thumb shifter up top, and then an 8-speed setup on the back. Now, the front fork is pretty much the same fork that I've seen on a lot of other Aventon bikes. This is an 80mm fork, but it does come with a through axle, which is gonna give you a little bit more rigidity whenever you're going over some rough terrain. And one of the things that ties into that through axle is the Novatec hub on this front wheel. Novatec is known for having high quality hubs, and I'm glad to see that they went with a name brand hub on that front wheel. Now, a couple other key features that the Level 3 has are these nice rear lights and turn signals built into the rear chainstays. Also, a full Aventon colored screen. This screen we have seen on models from last year. I absolutely love this screen. Easy to see in the daylight, and it's not too bright at night. Very, very nice colored screen. You also get a nice control panel. This is the same control panel that we saw on the Level 2. And then also you get the same thumb throttle that they've been using for years. In my opinion, this throttle is definitely one of the more comfortable thumb throttles out on the market. I feel like there's so many features that were added to the Level 3 that I'm gonna miss something. So you're definitely gonna wanna check out the link below so you can get all the details on the Aventon website. Oh yeah, a matter of fact, I did miss something that I wanted to tell you guys. This has a 4-amp charger. That means that it's gonna be able to charge that 20-amp-hour battery in around 5 hours. That's extremely fast. This is one of the biggest chargers that I have seen come with any Aventon, let alone most other brands. So yeah, nice work. A 4-amp charger, can't get much better than that. Let's see if Aventon really did knock it out of the park by taking the Level 3 out on the road. All right, quick little gravel test. The standard hybrid style tires on that loose gravel back there do kind of sink into it a little bit, but this gravel, it's much better. Bike feels really nice and smooth with the seat post and everything. Let's hit up the road. So I have this in class 3 mode, and this is going to be using a torque sensor. So I do have to put a little bit of effort into it, but on these commuter style, hybrid style bikes, that's what I prefer. On fat tire bikes, I prefer a cadence sensor, but on these style of bikes, I prefer a torque sensor. Gives it a little bit more natural feel. And the torque sensor feels pretty good so far. It's definitely responding to my pedaling. And this bike has some good get up and go. I'm facing a headwind right now. It's very, very windy out. And this thing is pushing 20. And I'm not even trying all that hard. Now, I didn't go into the app and change any of the settings. You can actually tune each level to be a specific power output. So you're not stuck with what the manufacturer has set up. Aventon's app is really, really nice, and it allows you to actually tune each individual one. And from what I have heard in the app, this turbo mode is not turned all the way up from the factory. So you may want to jump in and turn that up to get even more power. I'm liking this suspension seat post. I can actually feel it moving underneath me, smoothing out those bumps. Oh yeah, the brakes work really good, nice and smooth. Now the back brake over here does feel like it's a little bit soft, but I think in time, as the brakes bed in, that will probably get a little bit better, won't feel as soft. And you can always bleed these brakes, they're hydraulic brakes. Sometimes taking it to a bike shop and bleeding the brakes can also take away some of that, but typically new brakes have time that they need to bed in, and once they bed in, you're good to go. Now this right here is the type of riding I would expect most people buying the Level 3 doing, going on greenway trails and commuting through their neighborhoods and cities. And this bike feels very, very nimble, very confidence inspiring for sure. Let's see what we can get this thing up to. This bike's got some power, even though this is only a 500 watt motor. It has no problem getting me up to that 28-mile-an-hour range. Oh man, that was fast. That was fast. Yeah, these brakes are working really, really well. No issues whatsoever with these brakes. We'll take it over to the big hill here in a second, but this is a pretty steep hill. I would say it's probably about 6 to 7% and 24 miles an hour. This bike has no problem climbing this hill. And I would say this is probably a pretty big hill on average. And it's still pushing. Wow. Put it on the throttle and see what we get up to. Yep, 20 miles an hour. So you are going to be limited on the throttle to 20, but you can get that pedal assist to go all the way up to 28 miles an hour. Probably one of the better performing 500 watt motors that I've been on. Having a commuter style bike that can actually go these higher speeds is really nice. This thing cooks. I mean, it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. It just is continually pushing power through the motor as I'm pedaling. This would be an awesome daily commuter. Say if you had a 5 to 10 mile ride to work, you could get there in no time. You could beat a car. All right, let's see what eco mode will get us up to. About 13 miles an hour. Sport mode, hey, you can feel that motor kick in. 17, 18. Oh, turbo mode. Got the juice. Got the power. Nice. Turbo mode is the only other option. So there's 3 pedal assist levels on the level 3. And then of course you can adjust those inside the app to deliver different power ranges. So if you wanted level 1 to go full blast, I guess you could set it that way. All right guys, we're over here at the 19% hill climb that I do in all my e-bike reviews. What we do is we start this thing out with throttle, get it going, and then we take off with pedaling. I pedal all the way up the hill, and if these bikes can go up this hill and keep over 10 miles an hour, we know they're good hill climbers. Let's see what the level 3 can do. Got it in turbo mode, which is the highest mode. Get this up to a good speed and start pedaling. The switchover was relatively quick. It was almost seamless. I'm in gear 8, so I'm in the hardest gear. So we're gonna be shifting whenever we go up this hill. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Now, being that this is a torque sensor and I'm climbing a hill, I should be getting peak power out of this motor because I am pushing hard on these pedals. So far we're at 19 miles an hour, creeping down to 18. And here is the steepest part. It says 19% grade. Usually e-bikes do not like this. 12 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour. Will it stay above 10? It's going to. This is where it always picks up speed. 12, 11, 12, 13. All right, the level 3 does really well at climbing hills. So there you go, that's the level 3 by Aventon. And I think that they made some really nice improvements on this over the level 2. The styling on it looks a little bit better, and also the ACU setup that they've got on this really does add some security features that I've been wanting on e-bikes for quite a while. So if you guys are interested in the level 3, definitely check out my links down below. And again, I would really appreciate it if you enjoyed this review and you do purchase an Aventon bike, if you use those links, as they do help out this channel and there are no additional costs for you to use them. All right guys, hit the like button, leave me a comment letting me know if you think the level 3 is a true level up. And also, if you could hit that subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right guys, now get out there and ride your bike.
I got you, yeah, SOS, thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat on the internet.